at the time that we overlapped, he was still playing himself in a bit. He was not the superior fellow he became later. He was a junior fellow. If you can imagine George in awe of anything, I think he was slightly in awe of some of the senior members of the college. So many of the things for which he is well known, such as, for instance, his communion breakfast, they all came later. But from the very start, he took the greatest interest in every aspect of the college, and we thought he was great. Now, as a teacher, he inherited two pupils who were in their last year, and their names were Seeley and Badian. I have awful trouble with these names. I keep wanting to call them Seedy and Baliol. They are not called that, they're called Seeley and Badian. And one way to achieve immortality is to get into footnotes. And Seeley and Badian are immortalized in footnotes. If you get hold of the right sort of book, you'll find Seeley and Badian in the footnotes. Well, they were so frightfully clever, George didn't have to do anything about them. He just sailed along and took their firsts and went away. We three were a bit more difficult. He kindly consulted us as to which period of Greek history we'd like to study. Anything we liked, as long as it was provided for in the examination statutes. And he dropped a pretty broad hint that the 5th century would be convenient. I don't think he had a clue about any other century. Well, we said that's all right. He was frightfully nice to us. I mean, he always has been. He's very kind. He invited us out to his house, and Pat was very nice to us. And if he could see any spark to encourage, it wasn't always easy, he encouraged them. My sort of main recollection of his tutorial was that he was enormously big. He really seemed to be huge. He hasn't got smaller, but later generations have got bigger. When he was playing rugby for Scotland, he weighed 14 stone, you see. That was pretty big. So my chief recollection of his tutorials was thereby sitting in an armchair. There's this huge man towering over me with a huge book all about the Athenian tribute lists, full of photographs of rocks. And there he is waving this book and saying to me, "You must study your